Okay, students, we are looking at the different text function in Excel. So let's just look at the activity that I have open here for you, which is called the Beyonce activity. So in the first instance there, they are asking you to insert a formula where letters of the alphabet appear to the following calculations. So you have to work in the Beyonce biography sheet. Please take note that there's actually two sheets in this question. Okay, it's not always going to be two sheets, but in this case, there's the Beyonce biography as well as the record release. So there's going to be two that you're going to be able to see. Okay, just switch on the board for you as well. Okay. And so when we just take that into account, we can go back into the question and it says there by cell E2, you must use a function to insert today's date. Okay. So most of these that I'm going to show today is going to be, it's going to be text functions. So today's date, I'm just going to move all of this up in my text. So yours is going to be also moving up from, let's say, E, it's going to move up to, going to move that whole thing up to H, just so that we have the E. It should actually say there by the activity, just rectify that for yourself. It should actually say E3, not E2. Okay. It's because I've inserted columns, I think, and then it moved up. Okay, so we're working in 3, and today's date is a normal text function called equals today. So you're literally going to type in today. You can double click on today, and then you can just say enter, and it will close the other bracket for you automatically. And then you will see today's date is the 7th of the third month, 2025. Now, let's say you want to change that date. You can always go into date and you can go and change it here to maybe to a long date, or maybe they ask you to change it specifically. If they ask you to change it specifically, you have to go to custom. So you can go to more, and then you can go to date, and there's also some other options that you can choose. So just take note of whether maybe in this case they didn't say long or short, so you can just use that. Okay, then in cell B, they are asking you to determine the day determine the day that Beyonce was born. Okay, so just take note that should actually be before. So we're going to change that to before. Apologies for that. So that's going to be before B5 and B6, but it's going to make sense in when you do the actual one as well, because it's corresponding to whatever is in here. So just take note of that. Okay, so in the first instance, if I am working with a date and they want to actually only have the day, and obviously just take note, this must be in then a date format, then we're going to say equals, oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong one, equals day, okay, double click, you can just enter, should open up, sorry, I must choose the, sorry, equals day. I must choose the one that I need to work with. Excel is on holiday already. Okay, and you can see it's on the 4th, which makes sense because she was born on the day of the 4th of September. So the month is going to be similar. It's going to be equal month. You can double click the cell which you want the date to be extracted from, or the month, press enter. And then the same with year, it's equal year, double click, and then you're going to select that and it's going to become the year. Okay, so that's fairly easy. Then we're going to move over into cell B10. Sorry, I don't know why all of this is coming up on my video now. But it's going to stop now. Sorry about that. I think it's time for me to update my browser. just go on like that. Right, so the E5 is going to be her current age. So if you look at Beyonce's current age, it should be in E5. Let's just rectify and see if it's still the same one. E5, okay, yes, that's still going to be E5, so that cell is correct. So the current age, if you think about that, if you want to calculate your own age, you're going to mistake the date that obviously is today, and you're going to subtract. Let's say, for instance, you were born today. Let's only take the years. It's 2025, and you were born, in this case, let's say you were born in 1975. Okay, then you must going to take, it's a mathematical equation. So you're going to literally go and say 2025 minus 1975, and it's going to give you, so you're going to turn 50 this year. Okay, so you took obviously the bigger one and you subtracted your date of year. But because this is now obviously not only just years, it's a month and a day, it's going to work a little bit different. So the first thing that you can do is you need to change it to number. Both of those must be changed to number. Okay. And then if it's in number, you can go and say, okay, but now it's important, if you look at the question there, it says you must round this to 2 decimals. But before I'm showing you the round, I think it's important that we only just check let's just check the equation or the formula. Actually, yeah, it's the formula. So you're going to take that and we're going to subtract that, okay? And then we're going to get a big number, okay, which is not going to be correct. We still have to divide it by 365.25, okay? And then you're going to see it's still not going to be the perfect number. So I'll explain to you now what you need to do to get that number right. Okay. So I want you just to understand that this must be done first. That's why I'm doing it in steps. Right? So it's BODMAS. And you remember when the brackets is not there in BODMAS, remember BODMAS is most now standing for brackets before, over, the division, etc., multiplication. Now, if that's not there, you must insert it. Okay? So it's important to understand that part must be done first. You must first subtract those two years, or numbers actually. And then the reason why we divided by 365.25 in a text function to get somebody's age is, if you look at a leap year, okay? Leap years happens every 4 years. Okay, so you've got a 4. So each year, so let's say this is year 1. Actually, it was last year, it was 2024, it was a leap year. Then in 2025, it's not a leap year, so it's going to be another year. And then it's going to be another year in 2026. And then in 2027, there's going to be another year. Okay, so you can see there's 4 years. So in 2028, it's going to be leap year. It's going to be leap year. So if you look at this, you will see that it's actually, if we say equals 1 divided by 4, it's 0.25. So just for those of you who wants to understand where the 0.25 comes from, it's when you take the 4 years, the 1 and the 1 and the 1. And so each of these years must get like a little piece of the cake. So this one is going to get a piece of the cake. This one is going to get, and this one, if that makes sense. Because if you add all this together, you should get then again another year. Right. So we're going to add all those things together and you can see it. So that's just for those of you who want to understand the mathematical part of it. Okay. But then we also need to take into account that we need to round this off. Okay. And if they ask you to round it off, it is not enough just to do that, unfortunately. Okay. Because that is going to do the right thing, but it's not going to show you the formula that you've used. Okay. So by rounding off, it means they want you to say she's actually 44 years old. Okay. Because we're rounding up 5, obviously, to the nearest to the nearest 10. Okay, so now in order for us to do that, and you can start with round. I just like to do it at the end. It's easier for me. Now just think about it. You're inserting a function, yes? Which means for each function you are entering there, you should also put in a bracket. Now, to help you with that, you must see that you've got one red bracket and another red one. You've got one black bracket. And so everything you open up, you must also close again. Okay? So just before you have to close that, you need to say you want it at comma 2. If it's no decimals, it's going to be comma 0. But in this case, they ask for 2, and then we have to close the bracket. Can you now see there's 2 black brackets and 2 red brackets? Are you happy with that? Then you're going to press enter, and so it's going to stay the same because it is to 2 decimals. Let's just change that to a 0 just to see. Can you see now it's going to be 44.00? If they ask you not to display any decimals, then you must take it away. Okay, so can you see I've taken it away, but the round function as a text function is still there. It's not actually a text function. This is a calculation function, a maths function. Are you with me? All right. So now let's move into the next one. Use a function to write Beyonce's full names as the first name, space, maiden name, married name. Okay, and that we're going to do in B10. Okay, actually it should say B11. Just change that to B11 for me, please, because otherwise if we're working in B10, it's going to give us some, it's already there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, remember when we have to put different things together, okay? We also did another example where you have to like put, let's say, for instance, to like you want it to be a password, then you can take the person's surname and you can take its birth of date and put it together to create a password if you have a lot of employees that you need to create passwords for. So we're going to use the function called concatenate. Okay, remember concatenate means you're putting everything together. All right. So we're going to start with an equal sign. We're going to say concatenate. Now, in this case, you can either go into the fx. Okay, I will use the fx. I'm going to say equal fx. Remember, when you use the fx magical wand, you can't start typing. You must start with equal, but you can't start typing the concatenate because the moment you're going to do that, it's going to give you whatever you already put there. Can you see that? And the current one. So just get into the habit of when you use that magic wand here, that I call the magic wand, you just start with an equal sign and then you go and choose the one that you want over here. You don't have to use this. It's just concatenate. I just need to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. I now misspell it. Concatenate. Why is it not coming up? Okay, there it is, double click. Now the text 1 is obviously going to be Beyonce, okay? Then text 2 is going to be a space. Then text 3 is going to be her maiden name. Text 4, because it's going to be now no less, and then there must be a hyphen between no less. And then in the next one, it's going to be Carter. So if I were you, I would write it out on a piece of paper for myself, okay? Or use I don't know if, I don't think I gave it to you. Can you see this is what they want, okay? So write it out. You can most now see, I think we've now missed the gazelle, but you get the point. Okay, so the fx quite works well with the concatenate because you can just put in, you don't have to put in the inverted commas and the commas and whatsoever. You can just use the fx, which makes it nice. All right, then if we go into another question, and I think the next question is going to take us into the record release sheet. They are saying we should use this as a function to determine the name album that was produced during that specified year, and we should use the range name rec. Okay. So let's go into that activity. So we're in the next sheet. We're going to work in the pre-records release. So just make sure that when you are writing a test or an assessment that you're working in the correct sheet if there's more than two. Okay, now remember, if we're working with ranges, it's most likely 100% either going to be a H lookup or a V lookup. A H lookup, remember, will look like this, where you are looking at a specific one and you're looking up another specific one, like that, because this is horizontal. And then obviously when it's vertical, it's going to work up and down like this. Okay. But we'll practice it now and then it's going to make more sense to you. All right. So the first thing they are asking you there is you need to use cells A20, 23 to H12 to determine the name that was produced during that specific year. Okay. So they want the album that was produced during a specific year. I think we must just maybe change that cells. I don't think that cells are correct. I think it should say A11 to G12. Just change that on your activity. It mustn't say A11 to G. The H must just change into a G. Okay. Then, okay, so this is going to be our range, by the way. So you are actually telling the computer, go and look according to what these years are. Go and see. So for instance, here by A7, by 2016, what album was released? Now you can go and check it. You can see that in 2016, it was Lemonade. But you're not going to do it manually. You're going to use a function. Okay. Now, because it's like this, you can see hopefully that it's going to be a H lookup rather than a V lookup. Okay, so how do we know the difference? This is horizontally. Okay, a row, if you're looking up in rows are horizontal, then we are going to use a H. The H stands for horizontal, stands for H lookup. The V is vertical. It stands for the V in the V lookup. That's why we're going to use the V lookup when we are working in a range. Okay, so this, for instance, will be maybe a V lookup. We'll check that out now. Okay, so let's start with the album. How do we start a VLOOKUP? Now, for a VLOOKUP, I also like to use my magic wand. So I'm going to say equals. Now, before we start that, it's always just a good kind of habit to go into formulas. Let's just click somewhere else and go to the name manager, because sometimes the examiner already gives that data a name. Okay. But if you're not going to know, then how will you know? Okay. You have to get into the habit of just going to the formulas and just get familiar with your sheet and see if there's any data ranges that's been named either or not. Okay, this is also a nice place to know that maybe, say, for instance, you have now clicked on this, you've right-clicked, you've selected it, you've right-clicked, and you said define name. And let's say by accident you are speaking in Afrikaans and you are calling it a recording, REK, and you say, okay. And now you're going to use your VLOOKUP, but you're going to make a mistake and you're going to say it needs to be a C. It's going to give you an error message because there's no such thing as a rec. There's only a rec with a C, with the English K, like the little ones speak. So go then to your name manager and see, this shouldn't be REK, this should be REC. So you can either delete it, but if it's the right place that you've selected, I will just edit it and say, listen, this should actually be a REC with a capital C, or you can go there and reselect. Okay, so just take note of the fact that you can actually go and manage your data sets that's been renamed. Okay, so in this case, we had to rename it. So the first step was to select it, to right click, to say define name, and to define the name as REC. Then we're going to go to the album, because they are saying here in our activity that we need to use that in a function to determine that was produced, what album was produced. Okay. Now, in your test, I think what's going to make it a little bit easier for you is they will probably go and put a little arrow there for you and say there where A is written, you must put in that formula. Okay, but I wanted to test your knowledge a little bit further so that you can see this is album. So it has to be in column B. Okay, let's start. Equal. You know, you have to ask yourself beforehand, what kind of function am I using here? I'm using the H lookup, okay? So H lookup, H lookup, and say go, and double click. And now you have to understand what you are doing, all right? What value are you looking up? You are looking up, you don't have the name of the album that was released. You want the name. What is the only data you have? The year. So you're going to look up the year. So you're going to click on the thing that you want to look up. Okay. Then the array is going to be, and in this case, you can just type in REC. Can you see it pulls it out directly from there? But if you've made a mistake either with the spelling or you haven't defined your data, this is going to not give you the correct ones. Okay, now, this is sometimes where the pawpaw hits the fan, but you must just focus. You can see currently there's one row which is pink, and then the second row, which is row 12, is orange. Okay, you are looking for the data that's in the orange row. Okay, so you want your row index number to be in row 2. Okay, so that number that you're going to give here is going to be, let's say there was a third one that says which one she won or whatever. Then you're going to type there 3. Okay, we'll do another one like that later on, which gives you the third column. So that row index number is really just to tell you where is the answer going to be for the case of that specific one. And you name it according to, or you number it according to rows. So it's row 1 and row 2. So you're going to say, okay. And then you will see in 2003, Dangerously in Love was given. And then when you pull it down in an autofill, you will see. Now, there's one thing that comes up, and that is 2011. You can actually just ignore that. There wasn't one in 2011. So it took the one that was closest to that year, which is actually fine. If you look at the Lion King, the gift, you can see that was in 2029. So that's also correct. Okay, so that's your H lookup for you. Then let's move into the next questions, which are saying you need to use a function to determine what was won for each year. Okay. Using cell A23 to D41, you need to determine what was won for you, and you shouldn't use a range name. Okay, so let's just see if we've got, it's A to B. Let's just make sure that we got the right one. Does yours say it should actually say I33, not I23. I33. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be I33. So this is going to be the one that we are going to choose. All right, so let's quickly start with with this equation. So we're going to say now, for instance, here we want the awarded to be awarded the reason. Okay, so we're going to say this is going to be equal. Okay, and we are going to use an VLOOKUP in this case. Sorry, we're not going to type it. We're going to say FX. Okay, so we're going to go to VLOOKUP. What is the VLOOKUP? What is the lookup that we're looking for? Remember, you have to check the data that is given. The data that is given is the years, okay? We want the award that was given. So we have to use this, okay? We're going to look up for the year, okay? We are going to look up for the year, which is going to be in 2015, okay? And so we are going to choose the We are going to choose the one that we want it to be used. So it's going to be this one. Oh, sorry, it's going to be the year, which is that one. And then where must I look it up? Okay, and it's important to include your headings, by the way, when you're doing a VLOOKUP, yes? Remember also when you rename your VLOOKUP, your headings must be included. Okay, so sorry, that was a mistake I made. It must first be a lookup there. The table array is going to be the one that's given here. And then if we go back into our fx function arguments, we are going to say, which one do we want? We want the awarded, the reason. So this is column 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to do column 4 as the column index. And then you will see that was a songwriting awarded for in 2015 for recognized excellence in surround sounding. Okay, let's just see here. This is just needs to be a little bit bigger. I just want to see, here is the category. Why are they giving it to us as a category? Songwriting award mustn't be category, drunk in love. Let's just quickly see what is going on here. Duet with Miley Cyrus. Why is it doing this? Let me just quickly see here. It's the VLOOKUP. We did use the correct one. We said we want to look this up and we used column 4. Okay, but it is correct. Okay, I see what's happening here. Do you see there's two 2015s? So it kind of decided to take the second one. Do you see that? Okay, so it is correctly done. Okay, so remember, you choose the lookup, you choose your range, and then the fourth one. Sorry, I looked at the 2015 and I couldn't see the same one. All right, so let's quickly look at the next question. The next question is asking us that we need to use a function in column D to display the sales category. If the unit sold is 3 or more, the sales category is platinum, otherwise is gold, and the answer must be displayed as a currency with 2 decimals. Okay, so let's quickly look here. So they are saying here in column D, that should actually say column E. Sorry about that. Let's just make it column E. Let's just column E, make use of a function to display the sales category if the unit sold is 3 or more. Okay, so this is going to be an if function. Okay, the if function is going to be an fx, and then we are going to double click on the if. What is the logical test? What is the logical test? The logical test is that we need to look up for the value that that is going to be the criteria. So I say that we click on that is going to be more. It doesn't, right? 3 or more. So it is actually equal to bigger than equal to 3. Then the value must be in the sales category, it's going to be platinum. Okay, are you with me? But if it's not, if it's false, then it's going to be gold. In other words, if it's going to be less than 3, so 2 or 1, so you're going to say, okay, and then we're going to draw it down, and then you will see those 2 are the only ones that's going to be gold. Okay, so I'm going to then just quickly look there. They say there the answer must be displayed as a currency. You can add an extra one there. So let's say we didn't, okay, just ignore that one for me, actually. It's fine. We did this in class on the day when I said you can also use the if function to multiply. We can actually quickly do it. So let's say I'm telling you, if that is more, if the 2's were more than, let's say 4, she got an earning of 50,000 Rand. Okay? Per whatever tour. So we can say equals FX. So we're going to do the double click. The logical test is we're going to look at the tours. If the tours are bigger than 4 or equal than 4, then we are going to make, and we can do a multiplication. We are going to do a multiplication for, okay, so sorry, that shouldn't be a minus. That should be an equal sign. A bigger, it should be then, if the value is true, it's going to be then, let's say, multiply. You must multiply the tours, multiply that by, let's say, remember we said then she gets 100,000, like, let's say, let's make it the amount of tours, or let's make it 100,000 Rand times 15%. Okay. Otherwise, if not, she only gets 50,000 times on times 15%. Okay. So this is just to show you that. So in this case, she's going to get 50% of the 1,000 or the 100,000 because she earned or she did more than 4 tours. If you go down, you will see only for these two, it will mean that it's going to be half of that because of the function. Okay, so I'm going to just stop the recording there, and then I will share it with you shortly.